We've made some remarkable progress. Rex has been able to reshape the Goth's armor into a smaller profile. It seems to respond to his very thoughts. It's incredible stuff.
I have bad news. The king of Turbo Atoll is dead. It appears the new ruler is making a deal to turn Ayrmere over to the Trilobite Kingdom. It seems they've also rebuilt his body.
What about Jasmine?
Intel says Jasmine is being held as a prisoner, or is already dead. The coup is being led by someone claiming to be the king's wife, but there are no records of him ever being married. The parentage of Jasmine was always assumed to be from one of his many concubines.
I've cleared him for the mission, but I'm needed at Sub-City. Radek has a new experiment he needs me to test out.
I'll suit up.
Take care.
What's going on with you and Jessica?
I broke it off. It's just easier that way.
That makes me very sad. Good luck.
Let's do a deep dive on some lore for Knights of the Slice characters that we haven't seen in a little while. Today we'll be focusing on Ayrmere, the Queen Bee, and Ozelotto. Ozelotto was once a young, street-wise orphan named Randy Tibb. Randy worshipped the Knights of the Slice, so much so that he created his own DIY costume and patrolled the streets of Queens, delivering justice wherever he saw fit. One fortuitous evening, the actual Knights of the Slice witnessed Teal in a battle with some of the local robots who wear clothes. They intervened and saved the youth. Impressed with his guts and the fact that he had the right body type to work for Pizza Shunt, Brick and Lime took him in as one of their own. Life on the streets left him with a short temper that ultimately serves him well in battle, but hinders his personal relationship. In our 10 Years of Lore video, we covered the story arc of Randy becoming Teal, becoming Ozelotto. If there's one defining characteristic about the man known as Ozelotto, it is that he is a survivor. He is continually bouncing from one center of power to the other, getting himself kidnapped, hijacked, shanghaied by all sorts of nefarious groups, and almost always rising to the top in a leadership position. After many years of being down and out, Ozelotto has finally aligned himself with what he thinks is the winning team, led by Ayrmere, speaking on behalf of the Trilobite King. Ayrmere. Ayrmere is a synthetic person created by the Trilobite Kingdom in order to act as a sort of envoy in interactions between the two worlds. They tried to mimic humanity in a way that would make Earthlings comfortable with the interpersonal exchanges. Ayrmere is essentially a supercomputer and also is incapable of lying. When we last saw Ayrmere, his arms were ripped off by a hackerman, and he was imprisoned by the kingdom of Turbo Atoll under the watch of Princess Jasmine. The last thing he said to Rex and his cohort was that the Trilobite King was coming. And that seems now to be true. The Queen Bee. I don't think there's been a longer absence of a character than the Queen Bee, which we first saw in the Rex Gannon the Indestructible Man graphic novel, which is currently available in the store. This is a crucial piece of reading, so you should go pick it up. The Queen Bee had taken hold of a territory, whose name I will not mention to preserve spoilers, and had quickly gained a leadership role over all in that domain. A truly ruthless individual, she had no qualms about utilizing violence and psychological manipulation in order to keep her hive in order. Her devotees were crazed and would easily lay down their lives to protect her. During an encounter with Rex and Vaughn, she was seemingly flattened by explosive ordnance just as Rex and Vaughn escaped. While it was unknown to Rex at the time, the coup that happened in Turbo Ato after the death of the king was of her orchestration. She is claiming to be the legally wedded wife of the deceased king. Will this trio of baddies get their wish and finally put a permanent bullet in the noggin of Rex Gannon? That future is up to you. Pizza out.
Wake him up. Good evening, Rex. Long time no see. You may not recognize me now that my body's been rebuilt.
Maybe it's the eyebrows throwing me off. Where am I?
No time for that. Let's introduce our first player. Oh wow, Rex Gannon. Can you guess who I am? Is this my real face? Maybe this one? How about this one? Give up?
I have no idea who you are.
Ta-da! It's me, your old friend Azulado. And tonight, I get my revenge.
Revenge for what? Last time we met, you beat me.
Shut up!
My turn.
Can you guess who's under this armor? Last time you met, you left her buried in it.
What? The Queen Bee? How?
Your bomb didn't do the trick. I've spent the last 2 decades in hiding, slowly plotting my return. When my late husband passed, I knew my chance had arrived. My coup was bloodless, although there were certain casualties.
Where is Princess Jasmine?
That pretender to the throne? She is no royalty. My late husband may have taken our child the moment it was born, but I knew, at least, that I had a son. Jasmine will rot in prison for her lies.
Well, Rex, you managed to only guess one identity correctly, so sadly, we have to kill you.